Might and Magic 5 tier list. Today we have the final tier of creatures, the tier 7 creatures. So please don't forget, like, subscribe, check out all of my other previous tiers as well as towns and heroes and my dual mode series that we are still running forever and ever. But let us get started here with Haven with the Angels. I think I'm going to go like this. Biggest reason why I think resurrecting allies is huge here. Um, we've definitely seen in our dual mode series the Klaus winning some fights basically just because of the resurrecting of the allies. And I think angels are pretty decent. They're not They're pretty mid as far as stats, but utility they're definitely there. And because they're mid stats and a lot of movement um, and flying, that they are, I think they're worth these spots here. Devils here. I think I'm gonna honestly just go same way. Same exact thing. I think that Devil is alright. Nothing too crazy. A lot of movement. Pretty good amount of um, damage there, and pretty good amount of defense too. This one, teleporting somebody else. I mean, it takes up a whole turn. Um, so it's not bad. Like, it's decent utility, but I mean, I don't really think it's super, you know, fight changing. But this one being able to summon pit lords is huge. I mean, pit lords, pit fiends are definitely some high tier and high value units and creatures that you have in the game for sure. They were S tier in our last video of the creatures because they definitely deserve it. So being able to summon some of them is definitely huge, and the Archdevil's good in himself. Now, the Necropolis Bone Dragons. I think they are easily the worst tier 7 in the game. Um, I think I gotta go D and then put both of these in B. Having curse attack and morale decrease, is something, but tier 7, you don't really, they don't do a whole lot of damage at all, and they really don't have a whole lot of health or defense either. They're very, lower end mid in both of those categories. And then the Sorrow Strike with this one, it's okay. Either one of them are okay, but they're just not good. They are easily the worst tier. So I can look at this whole lineup here and who we have up here, and they are the worst tier 7 in the game. And that's me, who is, day 1 Necropolis lover here. Always will be, but Bone Dragons are pretty trash. Green Dragons, on the other hand, um, let's see, so we got Acid Breath, which is nice. We got, this one's immune to Earth, which, it's a nice little, extra thing with Acid Breath, but how good really. But Electric Breath, for sure, we're going S. High amount of damage, high movement and initiative, decent amount of defense and health pool. So definitely worthy of the S. Now I think, honestly, it's looking like we're probably going to just go the same again. I think that is a pretty good spot for those ones, because the Electric Breath is definitely the best version of the Sylvan Dragon, in my opinion. And then I think, the regular Acid Breath is nice, being able to hit a couple extra people. And then, having that plus being a little bit of immunity is, also nice for all of the other things that are pretty good about them. Sorry about that. Quick text real quick. But the black dragon here for a dungeon. Fire breath, kind of the same thing. I think I have to put both of these up into S. I think having, you know, fire breath hitting multiple people and immune to all magic is fucking massive. That is huge. This one does more damage and no retaliation. So it just kind of, not having retaliation is great for no matter what unit you are, but for a tier 7, still I think it deserves it for way more damage. Actually, I think I'm gonna stick with that. I think that one is a little bit worse because being immune to all magic is on a whole other level there. Titans, damn, it's just kind of looking like the same. I think Titans will be the first one where they're both gonna go into S. I think regular Titans, they're okay. They're honestly nothing too crazy. They do decent damage. They have decent defense and health pool, but nothing crazy. But then when you upgrade them, they can shoot. They are the only tier 7, well, kind of Cyclops. Cyclops can technically throw goblins if the goblins are next to him, but guaranteed always as a shooter, we have the Titans and Colossus here. Um, and then the lightning bolts as well this one can do. And then the other one has a storm cloud ability that you can put over some other enemy ranged units, and that gives them a penalty to their ranged attacks. So that can definitely be super useful for fighting people like, Sylvan, or even, a couple of groups of like, if Necropolis has the skeleton archers and leeches right next to them, stuff like that, where might be a couple people next to each other, or even other academy, or pretty much anybody where you can kind of group, or if somebody is by themselves and you kind of just need to have something to help them out for a little bit, if you're facing Stronghold and centaurs are back there bothering you, but you kind of really can't get to them right now, cast that and bother them for just a little bit and it'll be just fine. Um, Now, these lizards, this upgrade, just doing the firewall shit, is still good. I think the lizard in itself is great. Um, but being immune to fire, fire shield, fire breath, I think they are the best, probably the best unit in the game. One of them for sure. Their only downfall, and it's not even a huge one, they still have pretty good movement and initiative, just not as much. They can't go all the way across the map like green dragons and devils and angels can, um, or any of the dragons rather. Um, but they still, I think they can get about definitely halfway, if not about 3/4 of the way across the map. It might even be further, but either way, the amount of health pool and defense these things have, especially even with the fire shield, when you do damage to them with melee attacks, that the person melee attacking them takes damage, is fucking massive. Um, with all of that, and being able to hit multiple people with the fire breath and immune to fire, which, that not always the most important thing to be immune to, one little section or whatever, but still it's something. Um, this one with the firewall placements is, I don't really enjoy it. It's kind of annoying, and honestly, sometimes you're definitely going to end up hurting your own teammates with it. So that is what it is, but Yeah, having all of these immunities and fire extras and the fire shield they are tanky, hard to kill, pretty good damage motherfuckers. Alright. I think they easily deserve S tier. Cyclops, this one can swallow some goblins to gain some health, but other than that, pretty mid, nothing really to say about him. So both of them can, or all three of them can do that. But this one can goblin throw, but has a crushing blow. So this one is the one that causes the most problems. So, oh wait, no, it's this one that causes the most problems. Okay, damn, I don't know that I can throw them both into S. Okay, we're gonna talk for a second. Minimum they're going to A, possibly S. So throw goblins, get some extra damage out there. But then the other one having crushing blow is super nice. And then I believe that's the one that has the club that you can hit multiple people. So that's either a blessing or a just awful thing where I have seen it so many times it pains me to even talk about it. In the dual mode series, just watching the AI with this Cyclops club whack the absolute fuck out of his own team, just killing everybody. And then they lose because of it. And even if it wasn't just because of that, the fact that it happens so much and because the fight could have been so different had it not happened, that it's a problem for absolute sure. Now this one having the evil eye damage, which decreases luck and hits multiple tiles, is nice. I don't think it's like, you know, anything insane. I'm gonna put this one in the S for the possibility of whacking the shit out of multiple enemies, but the possibility of absolutely whacking, I can't do it. I've seen it too many times to throw him into S. I'm sorry. But Cyclops is still good. Pretty high attack, pretty high defense. Nothing really bad to say about him except the fact that that one might club the fuck out of your whole team, and kill very few enemies doing it. So, but overall, that is where I would place honestly the tier sevens for the most part. You can maybe throw a couple people like up one or down one, but overall, this is where I would place them. This is where I would see a whole lot of in these dual mode series fights that we've seen some people super excel, like devils and angels resurrecting people. These fire dragons are always unkillable motherfuckers. Um, and then both of these dragons doing massive amount of damage. The Titans, I would say, are probably the worst of this bunch for sure, but still, I think they deserve it just for honestly being the only tier 7 that can fully do ranged attacks no matter what, but also a little bit of the extra utility that they bring to the fight. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think, where you guys would place your favorite and least favorite tier 7 Heroes of Might and Magic 5 creatures. Be sure to check out all of the other previous tiers of all of the creatures. We have now gone through all of them again for an updated tier list on each one, and check out the towns tier list as well, and the heroes one, plus obviously the dual mode series that we have talked about in all of these videos. So let me know down in the comments again what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.